Hare Krishna, all the devotees. Thank you for joining for this Bhakti Sangha Japa group for the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Today's class will be given by His Grace Adi Gadadhar Das Prabhuji. Are you there? Adi Gadadhar Das Prabhuji, are you there on the call?
Hare Krishna, Kaumudiki Mataji, I am here at your service. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association. Please accept my humble obeisances. Always to Srila Prabhupada, always to Guru Maharaj. And we are very happy to receive your instructions in the Chaitanya and description about the Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Thank you. Please, I hand over the call to you, Kapusina. Please accept it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kaumudiki Mataji. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kindness. Hare Krishna.
That's awesome. Hare Krishna. So, we will be studying 3 verses today from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madhya Leela, chapter 24, verses number 96, 97 and 98. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Verse number 96. Ei chari sukriti haya mahabhagyavan tat kamadi chadi hai shuddha bhaktiman. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching Sanatana Goswami. Translation: because they have a pious
Are you there, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes, Madhuri. Sorry, where did I get cut off just now?
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya.
Oh, Krishna. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I don't know how it got.
No, I think you
Jaya
start.
Jaya.
Okay, go ahead.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Verse number 96. Ei chari sukriti haya bhagyavan tat kamadi chadi hai shuddha bhaktiman. Translation: because they have a pious background, all 4 types of people are to be considered greatly fortunate. Such people gradually give up material desires and become pure devotees. So, just to give a little background, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has just spoken the verse from Bhagavad Gita where he describes the 4 types of devotees.
Prabhuji again.
Hare Krishna. Actually, my phone is automatically muted. So please bear with me. If I am lost, then please tell me. Just remind me. Everybody can hear now. So I was saying that the background for today's verse is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has, while instructing Sanatana Goswami about the Atmaram verse, he has spoken that verse from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna describes the 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna. It is Arti, Artharthi, Jigyasu and Jnani. These are the types of people who surrender to Krishna. And based on that, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, he's speaking this verse that because all these people are pious, and they are pious because they have taken shelter of Krishna for whatever reason. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. So in this verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, because they have a pious background, all four types of people are to be considered greatly fortunate, Mahabhagyavan. And such people gradually give up material desires and become pure devotees. So the exact words, used are kamadi chhadi. So there are the anarthas in our heart. There is kam, Hare Krishna.
Yes, we can
Hare
hear
Krishna.
you, Prabhu.
We can hear.
Oh, you can hear. Okay, my phone just blanked out when I'm tapping on it. Nothing is happening, so I was not sure. Sorry. So kamadi chhadi, kam, lobh, matsar, all these lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, false ego. The 6 anarthas are there. Chhadi. It doesn't say kam chhadi. Kam adi chhadi means all the anarthas will gradually, tat, slowly, one by one, they will be given up by this person. Chhadi, Shuddha Bhaktiman. And this person who has taken shelter of Krishna will become a Bhaktiman, will become a pure devotee. So, we'll go to the next verse number 97. Sadhu Sangha Kripa Kimva Krishnera Kripaya Kamadi Dusanga Chhadi Shuddha Bhakti Paya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. One is elevated to the platform of devotional life by the mercy of a Vaishnava, the bona fide spiritual master, and by the special mercy of Krishna. On that platform, one gives up all material desires and the association of unwanted people. Thus, one is elevated to the platform of pure devotional service. I'll read again. One is elevated to the platform of devotional life by the mercy of a Vaishnava, the bona fide spiritual master, and by the mercy, special mercy of Krishna. So 2 things are required to be elevated to the standard of pure devotional service. One is the association and the mercy of a pure devotee, bona fide spiritual master. And number 2 is special mercy of Krishna. Once we get that, one gives up all material desires, and we also give up the association of unwanted people. Thus, one is elevated to the platform of pure devotional service. So this is the formula. And then the last verse for today is verse number 98. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting. Satsangan mukta dusango hatum no sahate buddha kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrid akarnya rochanam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in the association of pure devotees and have become free from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. Purport. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.10.11. All the members of the Kuru dynasty offered respects when Krishna was leaving Hastinapur after the battle of Kurukshetra. Krishna was going to his own kingdom, and all the members of the Kuru dynasty were overwhelmed by his departure. This verse was spoken in that connection by Suta Goswami. A pure devotee becomes attached to Krishna by hearing the Lord's glories. The Lord's glories and the Lord himself are identical. One has to be qualified to understand this absolute truth. Therefore, one should be given a chance to associate with a pure devotee. My dear friends, please listen very carefully what Prabhupada is saying now. Our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. We want to create pure devotees so that other people will benefit by their association. In this way, the number of pure devotees increases. Professional preachers cannot create pure devotees. There are many professional preachers of Srimad Bhagavatam who read this work to earn their livelihood. However, they cannot convert materialistic people to devotional service. Only a pure devotee can convert others to pure devotional service. It is therefore important for all the preachers in our Krishna consciousness movement to first become pure devotees and follow the regulative principles, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. They should regularly chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on their beads, follow the devotional process, rise early in the morning, attend Mangal Aarti, and recite Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita regularly. In this way, one can become purified and free from all material contamination. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all one's senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. This is from Narad Pancharatra. To make a show of devotional service will not help one. One must be a pure devotee following the devotional process. Then one can convert others to devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practiced devotional service and preached, Apani achari bhakti karila prachar. If a preacher behaves properly in devotional service, he will be able to convert others. Otherwise, his preaching will have no effect. End of purport. We'll chant Mangala Charan. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamyam Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvise Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is a very, very important purport. Srila Prabhupada himself is writing what his expectation is from all of us. Few days ago I was listening to a lecture, and a question was asked to Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, that how does one come to know, how does a disciple come to know that the spiritual master is pleased? Because we may not have access to you. How do we know whether whatever little service we are doing in Charlotte, in Chicago, in Houston, in Atlanta, wherever we are staying, whatever little service we are doing every day, how do we know conclusively for sure that our spiritual master is pleased with our service? It is an important question, because pleasing the spiritual master is absolutely essential to survive in Krishna consciousness. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasado yasya prasadan nadati kutopi. So pleasing the spiritual master is very important. So Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj replied that as long as you are performing your service with humility and with a genuine, sincere service attitude, and you are having good relationships with devotees, and while having that, you are doing your sadhana nicely, which means at least 16 rounds of japa every single day, attentively, preferably in the morning, following the 4 regulative principles. As long as you are doing this, and you are having good relationships with devotees and serving with sincerity, with the attitude to please Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. The aim of our service should be to please, to give happiness, to give pleasure to Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. As long as we are doing this, we should know that Srila Prabhupada is happy with us. To exactly quote the words, Maharaj said, if you are doing this, you are chanting your rounds nicely, following 4 regulative principles, having good relations with devotees and serving with humility and simplicity, with the attitude to please others, you should know that Srila Prabhupada is happy with you. And then Maharaj said, and you should know that I am also happy with you. Prabhupada is happy with you. So, like that. This purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita that we read tells us directly from Srila Prabhupada what his expectation is. And if we meet his expectations, naturally, we can conclude that he is pleased. So this purport is very important. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 24, the explanation of the Atmaram verse, and text number 98. Text number 98. Prabhupada is explaining what he expects from each and every one of us. So, Prabhupada says that before we can preach, we must become pure devotees. He says clearly in this purport. We must become pure devotees. One has to be qualified to understand the truth that Krishna, Krishna's glories and Krishna himself are identical. A pure devotee can realize this. And Prabhupada says our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. We want to create pure devotees. Prabhupada wants to create pure devotees. And it is expectation, he says in the next line. In this way, the number of pure devotees increases. Professional preachers cannot create pure devotees. So many important points, my dear friends, in this purport. We'll just go from top to bottom. We'll try to analyze this purport. So first paragraph of this purport, my dear friends, Prabhupada is giving the prasanga, the context where this verse was spoken by Suta Goswami. The Kurukshetra war has happened. Krishna has done so much. Literally, he has moved mountains to help the Pandavas. He has saved the lives of Arjun. He has saved the life of Parikshit Maharaj. He has saved so many. He saved Yudhishthir Maharaj's life. So many times he has saved the life of so many people, so many Pandavas and members of the army. And at the same time, he has been instrumental in killing so many opposing warriors like Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya, Duryodhan, etc., Dushasan, so many others. So Krishna has done all of this for the Pandavas, and now Krishna is leaving the association of the Pandavas. He is leaving Hastinapur and he is going back to his Dwarka, where Rukmini is waiting for him, Satyabhama is waiting for him, all the other 16,106 queens are waiting for him. His parents are waiting for him, Vasudeva and Devaki. Balramji is there. Probably still angry. Needs to be pacified. Uddhav is there. So many devotees are there. Ugrasen Maharaj is there. So Krishna wants to go back now. It's been so many months he has been away from Dwarka. And as he's preparing to leave, you can only imagine what must be happening to the tender, grateful, soft hearts of Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, Kunti, Draupadi. What must be happening to them? They must be so pained to see Krishna leave. There was so much crying, so much lamentation, because nobody wants to give up the association of Krishna. The Hastinapur Vasis know that the Dwarka Vasis really need Krishna. They have been away from Krishna for so many months, and we have been enjoying Krishna's association for so many months. Now it is their turn. So Krishna should go back, but they don't want Krishna to go. They don't. Now a Vaishnava is para dukkha dukhi. So the Hastinavasis are Vaishnavas and the Dwarkavasis are also Vaishnavas. And a Vaishnava is para dukkha dukhi. So the Hastinavasis know that the Dwarkavasis are dukhi. So they should allow Krishna to go back to Dwarka so that their dukkha will be mitigated. Similarly, the Dwarkavasis know that the Vrajavasis need Krishna. They know what is their condition, pitiful condition, pathetic condition in Vrindavan, how they are crying, how they are waiting with bated breath for Krishna to come. Every day they have a hopeless hope that today Krishna will come. Today Krishna will come. After all, he has promised us he will come. He cannot break his promise to us, from whose homes he used to steal butter, whose homes he used to ransack, break the pots, create a mess, with whose children he used to go for the Gocharan Leela, he used to go to graze the cows. With my son, he used to go every day. He cannot break his promise to me. I am an elder Gopi. He loves me, respects me just like Yashoda Mai. How can he break my heart? So many times I used to make in the lunch and pack for my son what Krishna liked. Not what my son liked, what Krishna liked. So that my son can share it with Krishna. And then I would ask him when he would come home. So, did you like the lunch? Yes, Mata. Did Gopal like the lunch? Did he steal lunch from your lunchbox? And when my son would say yes, I would feel so happy. That was the perfection of my cooking. No, Krishna cannot break promise to me. And the younger gopis would think, how can Krishna break his promise to us? Prahashitam priya prema vikshanam viharanam chate dhyana mangalam rahashi samvido yaridhi sprishaha kuhakano mana shobhayanti. Oh, how he used to rahashi samvido, how Krishna would leave everybody and just take me under a tree in a secluded place in the forest of Vrajabhumi. And rahashi samvido, he would tell me, hey Gopi, I want to tell you something very confidential, very secret. Don't tell it to anybody. Rahasya, confidential. Rahashi samvido. Samvad means conversation. Confidentially he would converse with me, with each gopi. And the gopis are so innocent that they would think that Krishna is having this confidential talks only with me. He's confiding only with me. Rahashi samvido. Yaridhi sprisha. Oh, they used to touch our hearts so much, those confidential talks, Krishna, that you would have with us. And then you would leave everything, everyone, and you would come stealthily at night to meet us in the forests of Vrindavan. Ras Bihari. How can Gopinath, how can Gopijana Vallabh, how can Ras Bihari Krishna break his promise? He promised us before leaving with Akrur that he will come back. But he has not come back. But they still had hope that Krishna will not break his promise. Krishna will not break his promise. So they were holding on to their life. Pratigyatava Govinda name bhakta pranashyati iti samsmritya pranam dharyamaham. I am holding on to my prana. I am holding on to my life air. Iti samsmritya. Remembering again and again. Pratigyatava Govinda. Your promise, O Govinda, that my devotee will never perish. Because if you don't come, we are going to perish. In separation from you, we will perish. But it is your promise that my devotee will not perish. It is your promise that he will come back. So how can we give up our life air? Otherwise the whole world will criticize you, that you could not protect your devotees. So the Brajvasis are somehow holding on to their life air. And the Gopas, Lota Baba, Krishna's friend, to whose house Krishna was supposed to come for prasad that day, the day Akrur came and took him away, along with Balram. This Gopa, friend of Krishna, he came running to the chariot of Akrur and told Krishna, Krishna, how can you leave? Balram, how can you leave? You are both supposed to come for lunch prasad to my house. We have cooked. Krishna said, I will come parso. I will come day after tomorrow. So that place where he said that there is a village there now called Parso. Means day after tomorrow in Brajbhash. And this friend, he is Lota Baba. At the tail of Govardhan, Puchhari of Govardhan, his temple is there. He's still waiting with a pot, Lota, waiting for Krishna to come back and accept prasad at his house. So the Dwarkavasis know all this. How do they know all this? Yes, because Uddhav has been there. He has narrated the state of intense separation and pain that the Brajvasis are experiencing. Not only that, Balramji also went, stayed for a few months. He has brought back news to Dwarka. The news of the anguish and agony of the Brajvasis. So the The Dwarkavasis know what is happening to the Brajvasis. And they are devotees. Dwarkavasis are devotees. And the devotee is paradukha dukhi. So why are they not sending Krishna to Vrindavan? And why are Hastinapur Vasis not sending Krishna, not wanting to send Krishna to Dwarka? And why the Brajvasis don't want to share Krishna with anyone? And they are waiting for Krishna to come back. They are praying for Krishna to come back. Why? Krishna also himself at night, he is lamenting, Hey Radhe, Hey Lalite. He's calling out to all the gopis. Rukmini Devi can hear all that. So she knows the pain of the Brajvasis. But still not once she tells Krishna, Krishna go. Go to Vrindavan. Why? This is a great mystery. Why devotees are doing like this. How can you blame a piece of small piece of iron? How can you blame the small piece of iron for getting helplessly attracted to a huge magnet? Krishna is the king of all magnets. He is the supremely attractive. Akarshitahi iti Krishna. Krishna, supremely attractive Lord. All attractive. Krishna means all attractive. He is the most powerful magnet. And a pure devotee is like pure iron without any coverings of lust. How can you blame a piece of iron, a pure devotee, for getting attracted to the magnet? Why are you getting attracted to the magnet? Why you don't want to leave the magnet? I cannot. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnara Nityadas. It is the nature of a pure devotee to be helplessly drawn to Krishna, helplessly attracted to Krishna. When Krishna calls, whether they are gopis feeding their newborn child, or they are serving their family members, or they are cooking, or they are dressing up, or they are bathing, or what they are putting cosmetics on their face, whatever they are doing, they just have to leave everything and go to Krishna. A piece of iron will not tell the magnet that, wait, I know you are attracting me, just wait. I have to do something important, then I will come. No, sat. The iron piece will just helplessly get attracted and get stuck to the magnet. Similarly, devotees are helplessly drawn towards Krishna. It is not in their power. It is not in their control. They are not in their senses to think and tell, hey Krishna, go. You go to Vrindavan. Or you go to Dwarka. Or for Dwarkavasis to think that no, Arjun and Draupadi also must be missing you. You go to Hastinapur. They are not able to think like that because they are Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakriti Ashrita. They have taken shelter of Yogamaya, Krishna's Ladini Shakti. They are under the influence of Ladini Shakti. They are simply giving pleasure to Krishna by offering their love to Krishna. So the Hastinapur devotees are lamenting, why is Krishna going? Why is Krishna going? They made Krishna postpone several times his stay in Hastinapur. But now finally Krishna is going and they are speaking this verse that we read from Bhagavatam. And they are saying that one who has heard about the glories of the Lord cannot stop hearing them. It's not possible. Krishna is so relishable. Krishna is so tasty. But how do we get that taste? How do we remove those layers and layers of useless rust that is covering us, that is preventing us from feeling that attraction towards the magnet of Krishna, preventing us from experiencing the taste If the tongue is coated with jaundice, we only get that bitter metallic taste. We cannot experience the sweetness, the rasa in sugarcane. It's like that. How to get that taste? There Prabhupada is describing in the subsequent paragraphs. A pure devotee becomes attached to Krishna by hearing the Lord's glories. The Lord's glories and the Lord are identical. One has to be qualified to understand this. How do we get that qualification? Again, two things are required. Our endeavor and Krishna's causeless mercy. We should endeavor based on the prescription that we have received from Guru Maharaj. If we without fail wake up early in the morning and we carry out our morning program, my dear friends, Krishna will give us taste. 100% guarantee. Krishna wants to give us taste. He wants to give us taste. He wants to see us become pure devotee. But we are not accepting his proposal. He is giving us the contract. We are not signing it. He wants to hire us. All we have to do is sign the employment agreement. We are not doing it. We are putting so many conditions. We want so many modifications. Krishna says, just eat what I gave you. Eat my prasad. And we want to put so many conditions. No, but I'm going to eat this also. I'm going to eat that. I'll eat prasad also. Once a day I will eat prasad. But you know, when I'm out, when I'm traveling, my tongue will be vyabhichari. My tongue will be like a prostitute. Will not be faithful to you, Krishna. Then how? If we are refusing to sign the contract that Krishna is giving us, how can we expect to get taste? How can we expect to become steadfast in bhakti? But if we wake up early in the morning and before 7 a.m., if our 16 rounds are completed regularly with good quality, in a prayerful mood, praying for purification, praying for Krishna prem, praying to become a puppet of Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. We pray to Guru Gauranga like this and we chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Minimum. And a little extra. If we do this every morning, by 7 a.m., during Brahma Muhurta, our chanting is done. We chant Mangal Arati. Prabhupada writes in this purport. These are not my words. This is Prabhupada's prescription. What does it say? It is therefore important for all the preachers in our Krishna consciousness movement to first become pure devotees and follow the regulative principles, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication. They should regularly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra on their beads. Follow the devotional process. This is a broad instruction. Follow the devotional process. Rise early in the morning. Attend Mangal Arati. And recite Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita regularly. In this way, one can become purified and free from all material contamination. This is the definition of a pure devotee. So, Prabhupada says we want to make pure devotees. So, who is a pure devotee? A pure devotee of Krishna is one who is freed from all material contamination and who has developed a taste for Krishna Naam, Krishna Kirtan. Krishna Kirtan means glory, Kirti. Singing the glories, chanting the glories, reading the glories of Krishna. One who is devoted to Krishna and one who is cleansed of these contaminations of illicit sex. Mental illicit sex or physical illicit sex. Meat eating includes all onion, garlic, intoxication. Because if we eat food that is not Krishna Prasad, then we are becoming intoxicated by material contamination. So that is also intoxication only. Gambling. Gambling means to take, of course we don't go and gamble, but gambling also means to take chance with spiritual life. Entertaining dirty thoughts is illicit sex. Entertaining thoughts for sense gratification is illicit sex. Entertaining thoughts of things other than Krishna consciousness or Krishna service is illicit sex. Why illicit? Because we have identified ourselves as devotees of Krishna. When we call ourselves initiated devotees, or we call ourselves devotees following Prabhupada in ISKCON, we may not be initiated. But just by identifying ourselves as devotees, by wearing tulsi mala, kanthi mala, putting Vaishnav tilak, we have identified ourselves as devotees of Krishna. So if we are not loyal to Krishna, that means we are having illicit relationships with things other than Krishna. So these 4 regulative principles have a deeper meaning also, which we should understand and remember. And Mangal Arti, rising early in the morning, as a general statement. Someone who is used to waking up at 8 o'clock, for them waking up at 6 o'clock may be early. But for a sincere devotee to wake up at 6 o'clock is a disaster. What? So late. How can I finish my rounds now? During Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is almost over. I missed it. So it's relative. So one must do Mangal Arti. But what is Mangal Arti? In Mangal Arti, in Samsara Dava itself, in the Falashruti in the 9th verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, Srimad Guru Rashtakam Etaducche Brahme Muhurte Patati Prayatna Yastena Vrindavananatha Sakshat Sevaiva Labhya Janashonta Eva. Srimad Guror Ashtakam Etad Uchchaya Brahme Muhurte Patati Prayatna. Brahma Muhurta. So that means Mangal Arti has to be done early in the morning. So we have to wake up early. 4:30, 4 o'clock, 3:30, depending on our schedule. We must wake up early, do Mangal Arti, chant Hare Krishna, minimum 16 attentive rounds, offer them to Guru Gauranga, and then chant more and read Bhagavatam, read Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Prabhupada says, follow the devotional process. The devotional process is offering obeisances to all the devotees, chanting Shikshashtakam prayers, circumambulating Tulsi Maharani, bowing down to Tulsi Maharani, offering water to Tulsi Maharani, doing Tulsi Arti, Tulsi Puja, doing deity worship. We have deities at home, worshipping them. These are all the devotional processes that we are expected to follow every day. But sometimes we become so busy that we forget. So what I have done is, I learned it from my profession. Before we start any surgery or before we admit a patient to the hospital, we have a checklist. So before I admit a patient to the hospital, I have a checklist. Okay, I have to put the diagnosis. So everybody knows, the nurses, the medical assistants, the physical therapists, occupational therapists, social workers, anybody who looks at the patient's chart knows what is the diagnosis, why the patient is in the hospital. Then diet order has to be there. Either nil by mouth means no diet, or liquid diet, or soft diet, or regular diet, diabetic diet, heart failure diet. Whatever diet is there, that diet order has to be there. Otherwise, I cannot sign the admission order. So it's part of the order set. It's part of the checklist. Then I have to order something to prevent blood clots in the legs. I have to order something for pain, so that the patient is not in pain. So this is a checklist. I have to order how frequently the vital signs have to be checked. Unless I address these issues, I cannot sign the admission orders. Similarly, when I discharge a patient from the hospital, to discharge the patient, there is a checklist. What was the diagnosis? What medications are you discharging the patient on? When is the patient supposed to follow up? And with whom is he supposed to follow up? Have you made a follow-up appointment? This, that. What is the diet at discharge? What is the activity level at discharge? All this checklist is mandatory. Unless I do that, I cannot discharge a patient from the hospital. So from this I learned, I cannot sleep at night. I cannot climb into that bed unless and until I have finished my checklist. And what is the checklist? On the top of the checklist, for years, I had 3 things in my checklist. Chanting, 16 rounds, puja, deity worship, and third, some exercise. So I had these 3 things in my day that I would question myself, have I completed them? chanting puja exercise, chanting puja exercise, chanting puja exercise. This was my meditation. These three things I have to knock them out of the way as a top priority. Then my day is sarthak. Somehow it's not right, but somehow I have dropped off exercise from that list now. But I have a huge checklist now. So we should have a spiritual sadhana checklist like this. How many rounds? The top of the list is how many rounds. So whatever rounds I have, sankalpa I have made, that number is there at the top. That these many rounds have to be there. Then, now sometimes I am not able to chant that many rounds, but then I carry it forward, or at least I pacify myself that, okay, see, this should humble you. You are not able to fulfill your vow, so it should humble you. Like that. So you fix that sankhya, and that should be at the top of a checklist. Whatever it is, 18 rounds, 20 rounds, 32 rounds, 48 rounds, 64 rounds. You have to choose a number. It should be more than 16. Hare Krishna. And that is a sankhya. That top of the checklist. And every day you put a check mark on that item, devotional item. Second is puja. Have you finished your deity worship? Now deity worship includes offering one arti, at least with ghee lamp and incense, and singing one arti, Narsimha arti, Gaur arti, like that. Mangal arti not doesn't count, because that we have to do early in the morning. That is mandatory. But in addition, after you finish puja, some arti has to be sung for the pleasure of Guru Gauranga. So that is on the checklist. One chapter of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, or one section of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I didn't put chapter for Chaitanya Charitamrita because Chaitanya Charitamrita chapters are very big, some of them, all of them. So sections. But Bhagavatam one chapter is possible, Bhagavad Gita one chapter is possible. So one chapter of one of these three scriptures, that is part of the checklist. At least 2 ashtakams, which constitutes our Vandanam. Vrindadevi Ashtakam, Vrindavan Ashtakam, Govardhan Ashtakam. At least 2 ashtakams. Yamuna Ashtakam, Radhika Ashtakam. 2 ashtakams written by our acharyas. Vaishnav Chakravarti Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, like that. So 2 ashtakams is on the checklist. Then at least 20 minutes of attentively hearing Harikatha. Preferably from Srila Prabhupada or his, some pure devotee. Hearing Harikatha from a pure devotee. Because in this purport we read that we can get bhakti only from a Shuddha Bhakta, only from a pure devotee. And who is a pure devotee? One who is, according to the purport, one who is completely purified of all material contamination. So I am certainly a conditioned soul, a very, very deeply conditioned soul. So at least 20 minutes attentively hearing Harikatha, that is one checkbox. Like that, there are different items, there are more items. So, Gayatri 3 times, have I completed or not? So that is one check mark. Then have I read the 10 offenses against the holy name? That is a check mark. Gaur Arti, Narsimha Arti are 2 more check boxes. Shikshashtakam, I said, is one check box. Offering obeisances mentally to all the devotees, that is one check box. Deity worship includes Tulsi Arti, so that is one check box. So like that, now there are some 10 or 11 different, I have made this check, I have handwritten a checklist and a tick mark. That way I don't forget. So otherwise sometimes what happened, chanting is done, a sense of freedom comes. Yeah, chalo, chanting is done now, now let me look at the news, let me look at this, what is happening in the world, what is happening in the sports. Let me just frivolously look at some Facebook, some video after video after video, or let me look at YouTube. That nonsense attitude comes when we feel that all we are obliged to do is chant 16 rounds. And yes, on my checklist, I have also written 4 regulative principles. Today, have you followed 4 regulative principles? Or have you broken a regulative principle today? So that may sound very basic, but it reminds me that every day is a struggle. I can fall down any day. One day I don't do my sadhana, I may break the regulative principle. So one checkbox is, have you followed 4 regulative principles today? Because each day is a battle. I can fall down anytime. If I don't chant today, tomorrow I will fall down, definitely. So it's a matter of survival. So that checkbox also gives me some hope that yes. So like that. And then if someday I'm not able to check a box, then it is very humbling. Hey Krishna, So like that, one should have I'm just suggesting one should have such a target that one is practically not able to fulfill it till night. So there is no free time. There's that sense of complacency, or that's it, I am done, everything is under control now, I can do time pass, I can relax. That feeling doesn't come. Or Gaur Aarti nahi kiya hai, I have not done Gaur Aarti. Oh, I have not done Shikshashtakam yet. Oh, this is left. Oh, that is left. Oh, I have not done my reading. And on that list is also one verse trying to memorize. Sometimes I memorize and then 1 month later I have forgotten. So then I can do that again. It counts. But one verse memorization is on that list. Reading one purport of Prabhupada in detail, a big purport, that is on that list. So like that I have some 12 check marks. Dwadasha check marks. So then the whole day is busy. There is never a time that, okay, you can say that, okay, I'm free now. It's not possible to complete only. So like that, having a overwhelming sadhana chart and then feeling humbled, not being able to. And if it is completed, then it's good. Then pray that next day also I'm able to do it. Like that. So this type of spiritual checklist has helped me in my daily sadhana. And what else Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport? Mangala. So this morning program is very good. I was that day listening to a lecture of Radhesham Prabhu, and Radhesham Prabhu was saying why the morning program is so important. He gives many reasons, but one very logical reason is, he was saying, Radhesham Prabhu was saying that early in the morning, mode of goodness is prevalent. In the daytime, like right now, mode of passion is prevalent. We are working, we are cooking, we are, getting things done. We have got a big material checklist also, na? That this cook karna hai, this saaf karna hai, ye bill bharna hai, ye isko ye karna hai, wo karna, ye phone karna hai. So many things we have to do. Grocery shopping, chopping vegetables, this, that. We have a chores, a checklist of daily chores is also there. But we should have a checklist of daily sadhana also. So, so like that, when we are going through our daily chores, we should have this realization also, that spiritual life is very, very important. Very, very important. So I lost my flow of thought actually, but like that. So this has helped me tremendously in my personal sadhana. Otherwise, just after chanting, I feel that that's it now. I'm free for the whole day. No need to hear anything, no need to do anything extra. So having a checklist. So why do we have this checklist in our hospital? Similar checklist is there for pilots also. Before the aeroplane can take off, they have a checklist. Fuel okay, this okay, engine check okay, this okay, that okay, air conditioning okay. They have like a zillion things on their checklist. Only then the aircraft takes off. So similarly for us, before we can call it a day, before we can sleep, we should have a checklist. Did I do Mangalarti today? Did I offer my obeisances to the devotees today? Then it doesn't matter whether we are living in temple, living in the house, or we have a consultant job, we are traveling, we may be living in a hotel for 4 days. It doesn't matter where we are. If we do this morning program, it is so good. Yeah, I got my thought back. Radhesham Prabhu. So you are saying morning, the mode of goodness is prevalent. In the daytime, because we have this checklist of our daily chores, mode of passion is active. Because we have to do so many things. And at night, most people are either sleeping or they are having sex. Or they are watching some movie or show in the darkness. So at night, mode of ignorance is prominent. So mode of ignorance is prominent at night. Mode of passion is prominent in the daytime, my dear friends. But during Brahma Muhurta, which means from around 4 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning, those 3 hours, mode of goodness is prominent. And mode of goodness will assist us in our sadhana, will help us in our sadhana. So an intelligent devotee, a serious devotee, a sincere devotee, a committed devotee, a dedicated devotee will utilize that time from 4 a.m. in the morning to 7 a.m. in the morning, where generally nobody is bothering. Of course, 6 to 7 is busy because kids have to go to school and the dabbas have to be packed. Therefore, alarm should be 3:30 ideally. So by latest, even if some snooze button, brushing, getting up, achaman, thoda sa, by 4 o'clock at least you have the mala in your hand after finishing Mangalarti. And then you get good 2 hours, 4 to 6. And if you're fortunate, 4 to 7, you can pull. Just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The most powerful Tarak mantra, Maha mantra. With a prayerful heart. Krishna, please purify me, give me taste. And then putting the, extra strength, extra boost by adding Shikshashtakam. When we chant Shikshashtakam, meditating on the meaning, how much we realize that, oh Krishna, this name is so powerful, so merciful. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Tatra Arpita Niyamita Smarane Na Kalaha. So much kripa, etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan amapi. Api durdaivam. But it's such a misfortune that na anurag. I don't have taste. No Krishna, I want to develop taste. Hare Krishna, Krishna. So that struggle goes on in the mind, meditating on the Shikshashtakam. Sometimes, even today, I wanted to prepare, but somehow the schedule was so unpredictable. Yesterday I got 4 admissions after 7 p.m. after 6 p.m. So from 7 p.m. to 11, I was in the hospital last night. And some chanting was left, some rounds were left, then prayers were left, puja was left. And I came home at 11 o'clock and I saw a message. So I have gone out, left all the WhatsApp groups that I had previously, except one of my school friends. Friends with whom I was there from kindergarten to 10th grade. That group, school group, I have not left. I don't know. I don't read messages, never read messages, but I just delete them without reading. But I'm on that group. I have not left it. Because I don't want to lose contact of all those friends. If I go back to India, I will meet them. When I go back, I would like to meet them. Like that. Some of them are very favorable also. So suddenly, I was deleting the message and I saw RIP, R-I-P. So I thought, who has died? So I opened. I normally don't even read. I delete the group without reading. And I opened, and a very good friend of mine with whom I had spoken in May of this year, childhood friend, we were together from kindergarten to 10th grade. He is my age, 39 years old. He died yesterday morning of a massive heart attack. 2 children, 1 daughter, 1 son, wife, my age, like us. He was 39 years old. Most of us are in our 30s and 40s. Some of you may be in their 20s. So he died, and everybody's writing RIP, 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 RIP. I was thinking, what is this RIP? What is nonsense? RIP, 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 just everybody writing. So anyway, I was thinking, what is this? How can the soul will shantim gacchati, bhoktaram yajna tapasam, sarvaloka maheshwaram, suridam sarvabhutanam, dhyapna mam shanti. Only one who knows and has realized that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the Lord, Krishna is the master, and Krishna is my best friend, suridam sarvabhutanam. Only such a person can RIP, rest in peace. But such a person who understands doesn't rest in peace. He works for Krishna. Karishye vachanam tava. I will fight for you, Krishna. I will make it happen for you. I will become your messenger. I will go to the Western world. I will do this. There is no rest. Yashodamai doesn't rest in peace. Nor do the Gopas rest in peace. Nor do the Gopis rest in peace. Nobody rests. Nor did Arjun rest in peace. Nor did Uddhav rest in peace. Nor does Lakshman rest in peace. What is this RIP nonsense? RIP, 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 RIP. Anyway, I prayed and then I thought, I may die. And today might be my last chance of massaging my Shaligram Shilas, my Giriraj, my Dwarka Shilas. So 11:30 I finished my bath, and I'm not recommending this, midnight puja, but what to do? I was in the hospital all day. So then I did puja at night, and then I chanted after that, and then 2 o'clock I slept. Why am I telling all this? Not to boast or brag, but because I consider all of you very dear friends, and we share very candidly on this group so that we can get inspired. This is not some public program where we are sitting on the Vyasasana and speaking to people. We know each other for so many years now on this group. I'm just sharing so that it might inspire somebody. So I saw this news about my friend. I was thinking, we can also die anytime. He had no notice. He was posting messages on the group, every day, and now he's no more. He's gone. He was cremated today. So this is our life, my dear friends. Any time it can be finished. This might be my last time associating with all of you. So I might as well share my heart with you all. What is in my heart. So death can come anytime. Kamala tala jala jivana talamala. Anything can happen. So we should not take spiritual life for granted. We should not think that, after 12 years, after chanting 16 rounds for 12 years, then I will increase. Then I will do Bhakti Shastri. Then I will do this. Then I will do that. Then I will take responsibility. No, with great difficulty we have got this human birth. Now is the time. Right now, right here. Let's make our spiritual checklist every day, a sadhana chart checklist. And let's not just mechanically tick, 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 tick. That is not the aim. The aim is to make sure we are serious, we are committed, and we do what we are supposed to do. Because if we do that, my dear friends, there is so much happiness in Krishna consciousness. The happiness that Prabhupada was experiencing when he was chanting in Advaita Bhavan before coming to America with tears streaming down his eyes. The joy that Prabhupada was experiencing when he was in the San Francisco Rath Yatra, when he was in the New York Rath Yatra, or when he was in the Atlanta temple, seeing the beautiful Gaurnitai deities singing Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura Chandra. That experience that Prabhupada was, that bliss that Prabhupada was experiencing, it is far greater than anybody who has just got a job in Google or Apple, or who has a very successful startup, or who is the best physician in the town, or who is making $1 million or $2 million a year, or has got 3 vacation homes, has got a 6-bedroom house with 3 or 4 car garages. The happiness that they feel is insignificant compared to the happiness that Prabhupada was experiencing. Insignificant compared to the happiness of tasting Krishna that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was feeling in Gita Nagari on his deathbed with tumors sticking out of his skin. Tumors everywhere in his bones, liver, lungs, everywhere. But the bliss that he was experiencing was far greater than any materialistic, whether he is Donald Trump, who is the president of this country. He always wanted to become the president of USA, and now he has done it. The bliss that he may be experiencing in the most luxurious places that he stays, with people massaging him, and I don't know, whatever he's playing golf or whatever he does, wearing designer clothes, best perfumes, best cosmetics, best electronic toothbrush. Whatever he must be doing, the happiness that Donald Trump is feeling is insignificant to what Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was feeling on his deathbed. The happiness that Mark Zuckerberg feels at young, he's in his 30s and so successful, billionaire. Insignificant. What are you going to feel? Eating the best pasta, best pizza, best restaurants, best tutor for your child, people washing your clothes, ironing them for you. Theek hai. What is it? It's a material comfort. It's going to die with this body. But the bliss, the inner bliss that Gaur Govind Maharaj was experiencing when he was speaking Jagannath Katha, sitting in that hot room in Mayapur, wearing just his sannyas clothes on a simple cot, with a simple notebook where he had handwritten that Leela, reading out that Leela to those 2 Matajis about Jagannath and leaving his body in ecstasy. The ecstasy that he was feeling is far superior to any happiness that any billionaire, crorepati, millionaire can experience, even though you may have your own jet plane with your name written on it. Insignificant. And we, all of us who are listening today, right now, can experience that bliss of Gaur Govind Maharaj, of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, of Jayananda Prabhu, the bliss that he felt keeping Prabhupada's photo on his hospital bed when he was dying of lymphoma. He said, I never had such a comfortable bed in my life. Oh, look how soft the mattress is, how the head of the bed can be adjusted. Oh, it's such a comfortable hospital bed. I've never had a bed like this. Nobody has offered me this bed ever. Now that I have gotten it for the first time in my life, I have always slept on the floors in the temple. But now that I have got this comfortable bed, I will not sleep. I will continue to sleep on the floor as a patient, but I'll keep Prabhupada's photo. I'll offer this bed to my spiritual master. This was one of the last loving gestures of Jayananda Prabhu in this world. The bliss that he was experiencing, that is far greater than any happiness that we can ever hope to achieve in this country or any country on this planet or any other planet in this Brahmanda. The supreme bliss is available to all of us. All we have to do is perform our sadhana nicely. Anyway, we have to chant for 2 hours at least. So might as well do it nicely, na? Either we can chant with bead bag in one hand and phone in the other hand and complete our rounds. Utna time, the same time is going to take, it's going to consume same amount of time. Or we can chant those same number of mantras nicely and make so much spiritual advancement. My dear friends, I would like to conclude this by saying there is happiness in being good. For example, if I break a regulative principle, how am I going to face Kaumadaki Mataji? How am I going to face Priti Vilasini Mataji, Sita Priti Mataji, all of you? How am I going to face you all? I will feel so guilty, so bad. But to do what one is supposed to do, to try to have good sadhana, try to follow all the principles nicely, and to come with a happy face, humble face, seeking association of devotees, and then devotees shower so much mercy. That happiness is so much better than having some faltu temporary happiness in the material world. The happiness of having loving friendship with devotees, the joy of sharing Harikatha in the association of devotees, participating in Harinam Sankirtan in the company of devotees, that happiness is so much better than any happiness that is available in any restaurants of this world or any sports event. People spend $300, $400 to watch a basketball, football or baseball game or cricket game. And how much money it costs to go in the association of devotees, in a satsang, in a temple or a home program and just clap and dance happily. It's all free. Just see, the best things come in small packages. Oh, here you have a multi-billion-dollar stadium, the Brave Stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, this stadium, that stadium. And people are paying hundreds of dollars to go and drink beer and watch some other people play. And some girls doing cheer dancing. What is this? It is such a perversion, perverted enjoyment. Real, pure enjoyment Prabhupada has given us. And we can develop taste for that and be happy doing that if we have good sadhana. Therefore, doing morning program at home is essential. Reading those 10 offenses and promising oneself in front of Krishna, Krishna, today I will not commit this offense. I will not criticize. I will have faith in your holy name. I will not perform sinful activity on the strength of your holy name. I will try not to be inattentive for the next 2 hours and I chant like this. If we do it nicely, if it is nicely done, we'll get nice results. Let's show Krishna that we are serious. We value Tulsi Aarti, we value Gaur Aarti, we value Narsimha Aarti. That's why it's on the checklist. These things matter. I cannot go to bed unless these things are checked off. So this is just some thoughts I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you so much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Morning program ki jai. Devotional process ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Dharma Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic.
Thank you.
Very wonderful class and very nice your schedule and about how you are sincerely following. You have explained this is very nice. And I also try to follow, but when I sleep late, when there's a program vacation, we come call me 11 o'clock and like that, and it's difficult to get up for me. 3 o'clock. I sometimes it's 5 o'clock I get up, but then whenever I wake up, I just chant the Gadadhar prayer and like that. But it's not the same as earlier. But I should do something. I don't know how I can make it up, but I'll try. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. If anybody else has any questions,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji Mataji. That's awesome. I wish to follow in your footsteps. Maybe in my next birth, I am born as a Mataji like you and develop the sincerity that you have. Not possible in this life. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Aug19 Prabhupada, thank you for a very nice class.
Hare Krishna. Phaneshwari Lakshmi Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, yes, Prabhu. I was just a couple of thoughts that came to my mind when you were speaking about the morning program and mode of goodness and then like that. I was just reminded how Srila Prabhupada was, and the mode of passion. You know, Srila Prabhupada explains that, and I think it was Srila Prabhupada, and I can't remember quite where I heard it, but that this programs that we have in the temple is like a sandwich. You know, the bread, it holds it together, the morning program, and then the evening program that we have holds, you know, the insides together, that hold the rest of your life together. So that was one thought that came to my mind. And also I was thinking, you know, when you're talking about the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, and I was thinking that, you know, even though it's the mode of passion, or it is the mode of passion, morning program, we're completely focused on Krishna. And the afternoon program, or afternoon, like you said, we all have duties, whether they be, you know, going to work or taking care of household chores, household duties, or family members, mode of passion. But even that, Prabhupada had made it such a wonderful Krishna consciousness, you know, as Srila Prabhupada explains it, it's so wonderful that even doing those things with the idea of doing them for Krishna, right, transforms that into Krishna conscious mode of passion activity, right? And then if you have an evening program too, then you have that again, that evening program during that evening Sandhya time. It's also transformed into a Krishna conscious, you know, Krishna conscious, a focused activity. If you have an evening arati, or even if, you know, we don't have an evening arati, but at least we light the lamps again in the evening. So at least in the evening you're thinking about Krishna again before you go on to your night duties. So I was just thinking about that. You know, I really enjoyed the way you know, systematically just explained about the checklist and stuff. And as Pramodiki Mataji says, you know, I have a checklist also, but and many times I've fallen off. But I just, when I listen to your classes, then it reminds me that, okay, I have to get back on the wagon. I have to get back on get back on, check my checklist again, bring it out and become more focused. So thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much. Phaneshwari Lakshmi, thank you so much for your inputs. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, the sandwich idea is very good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Actually, Adi Gadadhar Das Prabhu, actually, Kaumudiki Mataji, Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Again and again, you are correcting us. We are such a devoted in Vaishnava, like a sitting, especially me sitting last bench. Prabhuji, from today I start to make a checklist. Prabhuji, we take lots of vows, but hardly we are able to follow the 4 or 5 vows, like 16 round morning japa, morning aarti, tulsi prayer, Guru Puja we do like at 10 o'clock. So devoted insan, Prabhuji. But today, thank you very much for correcting us that we have to make checklist. And yes, at the night time when we are going bed, we have to tick mark that how much I follow the vow taking at the initiation time front of Sri Radha Kishori in front of my Guru Maharaj and behalf of my Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. So we will start from today to check mark how many pujas I complete today, and especially Japa, Prabhuji. How whatever you explained that yesterday 11 o'clock you get the message that your friend is entering Shriram Vrindavan Dham. So still you pray for him after taking bath. And yes, you are given another example that when you are working, we have a checklist that today we have to do this work. Like that in the kitchen, we make a checklist for 3-4 days that I have to cook this prasada for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So like that we have to make a checklist, Prabhuji, so that at least taking 15 responsibility out of them, I am able to follow at least 6 to 7, Prabhuji. At present, I am hearing Sri Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charanamrut, and morning seva and japa only, because mama is get up 3 to 4 times at the night, so sometimes miss morning japa, and I'm not able to get up 5 o'clock, Prabhuji, but I will try my best to go early in the bed and start my japa at least from 5 o'clock. Koti Koti Janvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Please give your association again and again, and please give us such a nice slab that we will correct ourselves for whatever you follow. We try to follow that. Yes, we are not coming in your stage, Prabhuji, but at least we will please to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Guru and Gauranga. Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Mataji, your humility is so, and your sincerity is so inspiring. And from the bottom of my heart, very, very honestly, I have been asked to give the class, so I will not lie. It's like I am on a telephone Vyasasan, but from the bottom of my heart, with all honesty, not to sound humble, with all honesty, with my hand on my heart, I am telling Mataji, you are much more advanced than me. All of you are much more advanced than me. Faneshwar Lakshmi Mataji, Kaumodaki Mataji, Priti Vedasi Mataji. You are all my seniors. Sita Priti Mataji, all of you, Lavanya Mataji. All more advanced than me, senior to me in all respects. So therefore I say, may you never become like me, but may I become like you. So thank you, Mataji, for your sincerity. And I shared about the checklist because it has helped me. So I wish you all the best that you also make it, and I pray that it helps you also in your spiritual life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One more question. Sorry for bothering you. Prabhuji, when we came in Krishna conscious, we are so enthusiastic. We are taking so many responsibilities to do this. And by Gopinath mercy, we are able to do all the seva. But now we have to more and more sincere. But we don't have that much enthusiasm when we came in Krishna conscious. See how fallen we are.
Hare Krishna. You are doing very well, Mataji. You are doing so many services. Just carry on nicely. And Krishna is already giving you so much mercy that your heart has become so soft. So that is Krishna's mercy. Maybe someday my heart will also become soft like yours. I pray like that. So you are doing very well, Mataji. You are very nicely situated. Just carry on very nicely. And very soon you will see Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your motivation always through your classes. It just makes us think like, okay, how many things we can incorporate more into our bhakti. I know whatever points you said, it will take a long time for at least me to get used to everything. But I'll surely try my best to at least incorporate some things which I can. Prabhuji, one thing what I found is like when we are doing some things by getting motivated by someone, how much is that important? Or what I mean is like getting motivated is a need for our bhakti. But then after that, sometime it should become a mode of our life, or it should become a way of our life for our bhakti, which does not happen. We get stick to that point, and then there are some distractions, some things go here and there, and again we are back to square one. Like I remember at least a year ago, when we moved from Detroit to Dallas. Just to match with their timings, I used to, because their 4:30 was my 3:30, I used to get up early, 1 hour early, and then try to have the japa with them. Then slowly that started deteriorating, and then I suddenly found that okay, like having a japa with somebody is not helping me. Then I should have with myself. Then that time 3:30 changed to 4:30. Now it is 5. So this constant changes are, I don't know, that is not helping me. And again, going back to my original sadhana is not happening, because there are, I do not want to give the reasons of services, but then it is, I'm not getting to my backstage of the very previous when I started. I don't know how to get back again to my original state.
Hare Krishna. This is Sita Priti Mataji, na?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, which deities do you have at home?
I have Gaurnitai and Radha Krishna.
Wow. Hare Krishna. Your Radha Krishna have name? Or Radha Krishna is there?
Shri Radha Kunja Bihari.
Radha Kunj Vihari. Hari Bol. So you can tell yourself that if I chant my rounds nicely, then by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, Gaurnitai, and Radha Kunj Bihari, you will be able to see them face to face, serve them directly very soon. If you show, this is what I tell my worshipable deities, that if you feel that there is any pain required for me to wake up early, even though I'm tired, if there is any inconvenience for me, if there is any pain that I have to go through to be here and chant japa now early in the morning, then please take that as a sign of my desire to become purified. Means if Krishna sees that, okay, this jiva is showing some sincerity, that's why he wants to wake up early even though he's sleep deprived, and he or she wants to do their bhajan now early in the morning during the most powerful time, auspicious time, then if there is any sincerity required, then look at that sincerity, Krishna, and please reward me with purification, anartha nivritti, and Krishna prem, and make me your puppet so that I can always be a source of pleasure to you. And then I pray for others. I beg for a similar benediction for this devotee, that devotee, like that. And then in the end I say for everyone. So if you pray like this, you do a pre-japa prayer before you start your japa, this has helped me tremendously, Mataji. It just brings such a focus that why I am doing what I am doing. It has helped me tremendously to say this pre-japa prayer. So you can try that. You can talk to your deities and request them to give you the power to have. I'm sure you already have very good sadhana, but I'm just saying what I do. Praying for better sadhana, and then Krishna gives the motivation. And personally, I also prefer to do japa alone. When there are visitant devotees, I chant with them, and that is nice. But otherwise, every day, my japa is also alone only, without any company. And I think I prefer it like that. I'm able to focus better when there is no reason for me to be distracted. So like that. So just pray to your deities, Mataji, Radha Kunj Bihari, Gaurnitai, Srila Prabhupada, your spiritual master, and you will get all the necessary strength to continue. And these sometimes shortfalls that we have, we fall short of our commitment. This should only make us humble. At least I tell myself that, see, today also you could not check all the things. Today also you could not check. You could not fulfill everything. So this makes us humble, which is good. So like that, Mataji. But we should keep hearing from devotees to get inspired. Like day before yesterday, I was feeling a little down about my sadhana, and I pulled up this Radhesham Prabhu's. He has got a series of japa talks, short 4, 5, 6 minutes japa talks. So I heard one japa talk, and then immediately I got my motivation. So like that, we have to keep hearing from devotees who inspire us in our bhajan. That way we remain motivated. We remain motivated. So not to have any inconsistency in one's sadhana not to have any inconsistency in one's consciousness, that is a sign of a pure devotee. So we are not there yet. We are not pure devotees. So that's why we cannot expect us to be completely consistent and constant in our consciousness or in our bhajan also. But we try. We try for that consistency. We try for that consistency. Prabhupada once said that any devotee who is following the process that has been given is a pure devotee. Once a person asked Prabhupada, how many pure devotees, disciples do you have? So Prabhupada immediately replied, asked his personal servant, how many disciples do we have? So the disciple said 3,000, something like that. So Prabhupada said, I have 3,000 pure devotees. Pure devotee disciples. So then they asked Prabhupada, how is it possible? The personal servant said, Prabhupada, I know I am not a pure devotee. I have got so many anarthas. I don't know about others, but for sure I can tell you, I am not a pure devotee. So Prabhupada said, no. If you are following the process that I have given you, you are following the morning program, you are following the 4 regulative principles, you are following the vows of your initiation, you are serving in the mood of servant of the servant, you are following your spiritual authority, you are on the path of pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti, and therefore you are a Shuddha Bhakta, because you are on the path of Shuddha Bhakti. So we are all of us on this conference call, because we are in ISKCON, we are all on the path of Shuddha Bhakti. And if we follow this path of pure devotional service as given to us by Srila Prabhupada, then we can expect all perfection in due course of time. So just a few thoughts, Mataji. So be motivated. Always hear these japa talks and be with devotees who inspire you. And you will always be inspired. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So it's 12:27. I think we should end the class now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the inspiring talk, and thanks to all the Matajis for inspiring us further with their beautiful experiences. Thank you all so much. It was such a nice session. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for always coming in spite of your busy schedule. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So if no one else has any questions or comments, we can end the call. Thank you again, Prabhuji. Thanks to everyone who participated in this beautiful session. We'll end the call now. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vranda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, His Grace Adi Gadadhar Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to all of you.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
That was
Thank you,
wonderful.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.